Me did the chua, and maybe I'm discovered for you, Pakuma Busia for Ghana. No, me used to tap send. Tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Eye easy, convenient, fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover ye mapim. Tap send. Intienne, also download the tap send app no ever mobile phone so free. Na first ka komo abusuya for Ghana fa na nyina. Tap send. Papa no.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Green select glucometer, check it. Put sugar level for check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Alright, so in our field of the arts, we are always interested in going all out to bring all the hidden information from the different disciplines of the creative arts. Today, I am going the way of comedy, and I'm going to do this with no other person than Lekzy the comic. He has been around giving us all the shows both locally and internationally. What is there to talk about? So many things. Remember the Chris Rock and the Will Smith matters. We will be talking about that. And again, in Ghana, are they also suffering same? And I'll also be asking him about some basic observations that he has done in our showbiz space. It is called The Real Talk here on Sammy Flex TV. It is going to be one-on-one conversation. So stay put and join us. Let's do this. Let me say thanks to Digital Rasta Currency, who is handling the camera, and also to Richie Flex. He is the director and editor of the show, and to Emmanuel Ofori Lapiji. He is the producer, and I know you are also at the other side watching. Shout outs to all my Nigerian friends. This man has performed in your country, so I'm sure you know him, and we are about to open up some vast conversation that I know you'll be interested in. Lekzy the comic!
Mr. Sam.
I hear comedians are really interested in how you introduce them.
Yeah.
What does it do to you guys?
Oh, like to boost your ego, you know, like it sets the pace for people to actually anticipate something great. If you're really sure of your content, that thing really like puts you there, you know. Like it massages your ego before you go. Okay. Matter some introductions they can give to you, put you on a certain level, and you're like, no, this one day I don't deserve it. Like, because if I go and
you are not able to score to that level,
then I deceived people, you know. But regardless, we love it. You love it.
See, so imagine you are so sure of your content. Yeah. If the person doesn't introduce you as such, why should it even affect your ego, knowing that what I'm about to give you is a bomb? You still laugh no matter what.
Well, me, I don't really pay attention to introductions, you know.
Because I've seen some comedians who say, no, you didn't introduce me well. Let me go back, introduce me again.
Me, I treat a job like any other profession. Just like a doctor, when he's about to enter the surgery room, you don't have to say, Dr. Opambo, he has operated on never he doesn't need all those accolades. He's there to work. So whether he give me the accolades or not, I'll still perform my duty. But to spice up the whole vibe, you know, if you give me the accolades
to create the hype,
it doesn't take anything away from it. It adds up more to the
how about fashion? There's a certain fashion I've seen with comedians, not only in Ghana but across Africa. They will put on some jackets, put on their inner shirts, and like, what is it with comedians and fashion? Do you still have to step up looking very sharp, or you are coming to put out jokes so your appearance doesn't really matter?
It matters. In our part of the world where people actually describe you, or like how you look is how they perceive you to be, even before you open your mouth. So when you come on stage and you look clean and all, you get people sitting up. Like, okay, there's someone who is quite serious with what he is doing. So now they begin to pay more attention to you. You know, you don't want to be seen as a fool, even though you're a comedian. You
Like
are being
a clown,
a clown, you know. So at some, we've grown to realize that you don't necessarily have to look funny to sound funny. You can actually come looking all dapper and still crack up, because the content you have within that people are really anticipating for, not what you have outside. So, but if you come out looking all clean, smelling good and all, it adds up to the
But in the olden days of comedy in Ghana, and let me be specific here in Ghana, when the bubble colors, then commoders and co, the appearance also added something to what they were doing, waterproof and co.
It's another form of comedy. It's called slapstick. Slapstick, you know, where you have to dress in a certain way to appeal to your audience, or like look funny before you can even actually talk. But we've moved away from that generation. Now people are not really, even it's not just comedy. Other ventures like barbers, drivers. Everybody is trying to actually brand his or herself in a certain way before even Rastafarians those days. When you see a reggae artist, you have to see him in some dashiki with the African flag and green and all. But now if you look at Black Rasta and a few other Rastafarians and all, you can see that they've migrated from the proper like what we would term as this is the dressing ideal way of a Rastafarian. We've all moved, and I think it's all based on education and growth and the dispensation we find ourselves. We realize you don't necessarily have to look a certain way to actually like sound funny. So we've migrated from that phase.
How many years in comedy so far, and what has been the growth? How would you measure the growth of Lekzy the comic?
I'm approaching my 10th year.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I started
like joke, yeah.
Yeah. I started around 2013.
There about
Yeah, 2013. So yeah, I'm approaching my 10th year, and I would say there's been tremendous growth, you know, because if I look at the reactions I get on my posts lately, and now when they mention my name on stage, you can clearly see that people are anticipating. I can see somebody might have pinched somebody or prompted someone, watch out for this guy, like he's coming to sport. It's all took hard work to get there. So I would say, and as a comedian, even in America, at some point in your career, you have to venture into radio, TV, and
movies.
And I think I've exhausted all these forms of platforms to actually push your comedy out there. I'm on TV now. I'm doing radio, and which other platform? I'm performing on stage, doing my own show, and also. I would say there is growth, but there is still more room for improvement. We also want to fill the O2 arenas, the Apollo theaters, and all. We are anticipating for that, but it's a gradual process.
You come to the O2 arenas because I know there is a big story there. But 10 years, the returns in terms of account, has it also been equal?
Yeah. I've after school, I've not done anything aside comedy. It's been comedy. Comedy has fed me, fed family. Sorted a few people who come in for loans.
Wow.
Where I lay my head now, it is comedy money that made me raise it. I'm still on it, so. But I would say, yeah, because comparing the job I do now to what my peers who also completed, some are also doing so well. Extremely some too, you can clearly see that, yes, comedy has been really good to me. Like places that comedy has taken me, certificate wouldn't have. I've performed to the president, the vice, certain ministers, great people. I remember I performed to one CEO, I can't mention the name yet, and a worker came over to me and said, I've never seen my boss laugh before, and you are the first person to actually make me see my boss actually laugh out loud. And the boss came to me, he greeted me like, great guy, you're doing so well. And this is a boss who would walk into the office space and everybody would have to sit up because he's the all prim and proper kind of person. Yeah. But he walked up to me and was like cheerful, happy for me, putting a smile on his face and all. And it doesn't even happen with those who have huge certificates working under him. So I would say comedy has done. I've heard my name mentioned at certain platforms that ideally I'm not supposed to be like mentioned there, but comedy has made it possible. So
one thing you guys have to know is that no matter what you are doing, get a certificate, but go hard on anything you're doing. I'm not sure Lekzy will say because comedy or certificate did not take him there, he is downplaying.
No. That's not
exactly.
Actually, school knowledge helps. You know, it will open your mind on so many things. And right now, I did graphic designing at the tertiary level.
Okay.
And I see things from the art perspective and how to approach it. First, I would have said it in a raw state, but now I come out so refined. I know how to talk because there are so many courses under what I studied in school, and they'll tell you human relation, whatever. So all these things adds up to what you actually pen down to tell people. Yes. So and school also gives you the opportunity to meet different people from different race, tribes, and all.
Exactly.
And how you relate to them,
you learn how to deal with them.
Would also like influence the way you write too. So you can't rule out school. No, never.
Okay, now on this note, let's go to America. During the last Oscars, the Chris Rock and Will Smith, you are a comedian. What do you say to that? The whole act, the responses, the punishment, what Will Smith is even suffering now, what would you say about that?
What more can I say? I would say to Chris Rock, I would say it's an unfortunate incident that happened. I'll call it an occupational hazard, but it's something that is not supposed to be encouraged. Like a comedian is on stage, and because a joke didn't sit well with you, you go up on stage just to slap him. The violent way is not the way. I wouldn't advocate for that. It's just you saying that, oh, we watched the movie and Chewa was bad to a certain widow in a movie, so because you're a widow, you feel like that's the same thing the way you are being treated at home by maybe your husband's family or something. So anytime you see Chewa, you want to walk up to Chewa and slap her because she reminds you of the pain you are also going through in your life. That is a no. Yeah. So what more can I say? I think whatever punishment whatever action you take comes with a consequence, whether positive or negative. So the consequence he's facing, I would say he called for it in the first place. And then it will serve as a good precedent for those who are even thinking of doing what he did to comedians. I wouldn't say comedians, we always get it right. Even in God's infinite wisdom, as we are speaking now, happy having a conversation, somewhere in Ukraine, there are bombs. So meaning the whole world is not even laughing at a go. So there are days that even God will not make everybody happy, instantly. So comedians, there are days that we also get it wrong. Like we'll get it wrong.
And there's a clear admittance that sometimes
there are days we'll get it wrong. Like
do you feel it when you get it wrong?
It depends, because I'll come on stage and pick on Ewes. Ashanti, you are laughing. I pick on Fantis, you are laughing. Then when I start picking on Nordness, and you feel like you're a Nordner, so you won't be happy about it. Why didn't you raise the concerns when I started with other tribes? If you feel you have issues with tribal jokes, once I started with guns and everybody, then you raise the alarm that no, it's a no-go area, meaning you are fighting for other tribes. But when I start picking on other tribes, because Will Smith's case, for instance, Chris actually picked on so many personalities.
And they were all laughing.
He was laughing. And actually that joke that got him in trouble, he was laughing from the onset. Until he realized that the wife wasn't really comfortable with the joke. Then he walked up on stage just to prove a point. I'm the man. I am here to protect my wife. That's hypocrisy. That's hypocrisy. And I keep saying every joke has a victim.
Every joke has a victim.
If I'm here to talk about TV presenters, make fun of TV presenters, radio presenters will be happy because the joke is not uncowdine. You'll be happy. If I start making jokes about radio presenters, TV presenters too will be happy. The same way, if I'm to make jokes of fat people, slim people will be happy. If I switch the table, the same thing will happen. So in every joke, there will be somebody in there who will suffer. But you have to address it as a joke. Just leave it there, because no one is going to take it serious. If like Obi, for instance, he made a joke about a name Mahama. It was supposed to be in the confines of that show. Like after that, people, but maybe a certain personality who felt like, no, this is a Flybearer, and he also bears the same name, decided to take it a notch higher. And now when you do that, Now people now begins to address the joke as a serious issue. And that's not how it's supposed to be. It's a joke. Leave it there. It's a joke. Leave it there. It's like I make fun of short people, and maybe you feel like the president, you're an MPP member, you feel like president, and you take it out of context, and you begin to blow it out of proportion. Like it's not cool.
I see. So because of what happened between the Chris Rock and Will Smith, does it limit you guys your writing? Because knowing that okay, I have to prepare this joke, but I know if I land it, the guys at the other side will be offended.
No. I would say even the best surgeons in the world, there are days that they lose lives, like or I was operating on somebody do that. It doesn't stop them from
doing the operation.
Yes, they will do it. Maybe the next time they do it, there will be a different approach to the whole thing. So yes, we will still touch on the topics. We will pick on politicians. We will pick on religious leaders. We will pick on tribes. But maybe with this time, approach it with a little bit of carefulness. You know, we wouldn't just go all out like, and we learn on the job. So whilst you make the mistakes, you get to know that. Some of these things you need to fine tune it.
Now, in recent times, I saw the wife of broadcaster Israel Lai coming at Obi for a joke he made mentioning the husband's name. Now, in your case, I've also seen something, and I'm sure I would want to read some of these things so we are specific on exactly what we are discussing. Not long ago, I was monitoring happenings on social media, Facebook to be specific, where you wrote something, you made a post. And I want to read this so we really know what we are talking about. Okay, so you made a post about pregnant Rihanna, and you wrote that. I want to read it, so I'm still open. No, I think I did a screenshot. So let me read the screenshot. The screenshot is here. You wrote that, is it the same pregnancy our ladies have here that Rihanna is having? Our own can't even pick the TV remote in the couch next to them. Rihanna is still living life like she carries no baby. In most of her pics, she's taking fruit. Meanwhile, our ours take Chile and Ailo. Or Ailo. One kid will come out and have a fruitful life, whilst the other would have an Ailo life. And this did not land well for someone like Whitney. Whitney is also a creative arts person. She is in the event space, putting out all cases. And how do you guys respond to some of these things when what you think you are writing as a mere light thing for people to laugh about, it goes to the offense of some people?
Okay, so I'm an observational comedian. I do things out of the things I see around me, and I've had conversation with due to this job I've met people from different race, and sometimes you realize, oh, somebody is pregnant from the other race. You realize they're like, oh, I'm craving for ice cream, I'm craving for pizza, I'm craving for, and I feel like why is it that I always crave for the weird things? That's how I saw it as a joke. Like
those are the things.
Yes, like the weird thing. So I was looking at it from a joke perspective. That okay, and all these things I mentioned are not healthy to the kids, like the ILOs and all that. And I felt like, okay, Rihanna, from where I sit, I feel like whether he has his own issues with pregnancy, she's trying to preach something like, okay, I take in foods. All these things you see here is me taking food, and whether it's for the cameras or not, it's a message she's preaching to tell people that, listen, even regardless of how pregnant you are, still live a healthy life. So I sat back and I said, okay, fine. Like, to me, it's a joke. Let me just write something. And I limited the whole conversation to ILO and fruits, remote. Because I was in a conversation somewhere in Kumasi. When I went to Kumasi, I was in a conversation with a few married men. And one guy was like, can you imagine, I was in town and my wife called me that something urgent, only for me to come back home. And there was a remote just next to
the floor.
And she said she can't pick it. And after picking it for her, she wanted to pee. She got up and went to pee. That one, she didn't tell me, oh, bring me the chamber pot to pee. So how did you get the strength to go and pee, but you can't pick the remote? So, but I felt like if Rihanna, with all the money she has and the AIDS, she has AIDS, she can just say, get me the coconut. But she still went out to get her own coconut. So I felt like, okay, I know some have their own pregnancy complications and all, but I think some of them, they exaggerate. personally, I feel like they exaggerate it.
Yeah.
So I decided to squeeze the joke out of, but I didn't say to, because some of them now started bringing in something I limited it to ayelo and fruits, remote. And you don't know, some of us go through CS. The joke didn't extend to CS.
CS is when you've given birth to.
It has nothing to do with CS. And some of you don't even know that when some of us, when we are pregnant, we have to be bedridden, and those are extreme cases. It's like me saying, I'm picking on poor people and rich people. If I start going, if I compare schools they go and everything, and you start saying, and you don't even know that we eat gari and we get, you are taking the joke, you are exaggerating the joke. I kept it in a context. But I obviously, and I had a conversation with one lady, and she said,
after the
yes,
post,
and I realized that women prefer women talking about their issues than men talking about their issues. So if a lady would have made that post about women, it's just like, let's say, a Fia Odo issue came with her boobs and everything. A woman prefers a woman attacking a Fia Odo than a guy going to say a Fia Odo is not like civilized. Or there are so many instances like that, like whereby women prefer them attacking their fellow women than another gender coming in to attack. So it is not more of like, oh, what you said is wrong, but it should have come from a woman, because you don't understand the anatomy of a woman. And I said, but you people keep telling us, oh, all men are the same, as if you've been men before. And I'm we've been men before. Someone said, Chris Rock jokes about a lady with a bowed head. That is deformity, sickness. How many times have we made fun of men with bowed head? But we have to endure. They just have to, as if it's
and even men with impotence.
Like on your bema, like you are a 2 minutes man. They just throw it in there, and the society just carry it along.
And
but if I say same about a woman, no, you don't have the right to say it. Anytime you see recently the pictures of a few other going around, that men don't even have a problem with that. We are enjoying it. We are happy seeing another lady showing us something that we would want to. But you see fellow women come out, hey, do this. So I feel like they treated the joke with so much emotions. Whoever I hurt with the joke, I'm sorry, but as I said, it's a joke. So let's leave it as a joke.
So did you say sorry, or did you apologize to them?
I just said, God bless every mother. I made a post the next day. I said, God bless every mother going through pain.
Yeah, I think I saw that post too. Yeah.
May God, whatever you believe in, come to your aid and bless you or something. Yes, we are all going through pain, you know. If men are also to talk about the things we need to do to actually get the money that we give to women to just buy weave on. You have to break your back.
The last two attacks that have come to comedians in Ghana came from women.
Yeah.
Is there a trend like that? As in, are women not becoming happy with you guys and what you are saying? Because I use the Obi and Ponsa coming from Mrs. Lai and now Whitney.
She actually rained curses on me, and
I saw
people
curses all over, and including those who even liked the page and all.
Who found the joke, and I had calls. You know, I had calls from women who were like, oh, then I'll be like, it's to them it's funny.
As in,
like they were happy, like oh
okay.
Lekzy, what say you?
Okay,
I don't know.
I get it.
Who correct? Like they laugh about it, you know. They feel like that. How would I even think of a joke like that? And so they were laughing.
Because it's even been long I saw someone talking about Ayilo.
And I had a few to come in, and they are sharing their pregnancy experience. You don't know how I
their bitter pregnancy experience.
I had to go through CS. I said, I didn't talk about your CS. I was talking about Ayilo and remote. So how are you now throwing in your CS in my face? And sorry to any lady who has going through that process, CS and all that. I sympathize with you, but please let's limit the joke to remote and the fruit. That is it. And the punchline was, Rihanna's kids will have a fruitful life, and one will have an Ayilo life. It's just a joke.
Yeah, like there's nothing like
there's nothing like Ayilo life.
Maybe it means hard life.
We all went through. My mom actually took Ayilo. Am I having an Ayilo life now? It's a joke. It's a joke.
I see. So when some of these things happen,
and you guys with Whitney, I feel she's an entertainment pundit, and she should sometimes. I feel like she should know better. some of these tantrums, like writing curses and other arts, entertainers. It's something uncalled. It's like
she's part of.
It's not something I see Oprah Winfrey. When Chris Rock issue came, that he made a fun of somebody with bowed head. You could see that they were dealing with the issue from a critical point of view. No, you didn't say Oprah Winfrey or Rihanna or Beyonce coming to write that curse be upon anybody who laughed at Chris Rock's jokes. No, when it comes in the curse, if you are not comfortable with the joke, let's address the issue. Educate me. Maybe from where I sit, I don't even know that this is what you ladies go through. I'm a man. So if you feel I'm saying something that doesn't sit well with women, you can call me. You can get my number from any entertainer or anybody within the entertainment. Call me, bro.
She wouldn't struggle to get a number. Because she's into events as well.
And it's funny how I've made posts about my events, things I do, shows I have killed, and all that. I have never seen Whitney at any entertainment show throw light at my craft or mention me in any post and say, oh, support Ghanaian comedians or Lekzy or anything. As to how that post got to her, for her to actually come and tell people and curse the people who laughed at the joke, I don't get it. I realize that no. All the right things I've done in the industry, people don't really care. They actually pay more attention to the bad things you do. Now, the attention I got from this joke, if I'm somebody, I feel like this is the only thing that will get me your attention I want. Because all the right things I have done, Phil's National Theatre, Snap Cinema, gone to Nigeria to kill it, come to Ghana, done a show in Kumasi, packed the whole auditorium, done all the amazing job, performed to presidents, ministers, CEOs, all that. I've been to shows. I think she might probably have sat in any one of the shows. She can't tell me she has not seen any of my shows on TV.
I think she was at Obi's show.
Yeah,
I think watching the video.
Even on TV,
watching the video.
We've had some of our videos trend. She has never captured any of the moments that I made people laugh to post and say, oh, Ghanaians, support this guy. Only for me to make a joke that doesn't sit well with you. Now you show up from nowhere and come at me. I'm sorry, but I feel okay. After I apologize to you today, I want to see you equally support me with the positive things.
The other side, that will not affect.
Yeah, if Mr. Sam now calls me and tells me, Lekzy, this joke you did wasn't right. I know the days you came through for me when I was doing good jokes. So when you tell me this is a bad joke, I will understand you because you've been through the journey with me. But if you don't support me and from nowhere you just show up, and I'm not talking to the rest of Ghana, I'm talking to certain key people in the industry who never support young acts until they do something like Lord Paper, doing good music all this while, until maybe a sex tape pops up. Then the industry is like, hey, why are you doing sex tape? Why are you doing sex tape? So he took a sex tape for him to have a conversation on radio.
At the time all these things were happening, did it get to you?
Well, I mean, the show we do on TV, we pick on personalities who trend within the week. We've had letters, people write letters to our bosses to actually ban us from talking about them.
Wow.
Yes, so...
is there one you can share?
Oh, when we started the show, people didn't really get the idea of the show. They thought like it was a serious
They
issue.
wrote letters to GH1 and
we had Sonny Badu, if I'm not mistaken, write a letter to our boss to
at GH1
to actually tell them not to
ever mention
not to treat issues of men of God. You know, they are untouchable.
Okay,
you know,
I get it.
Like even if we won't we'll talk about any man of God, it shouldn't be him. Like we should be very careful about anointed people. But I think now he's cool. We've had.
So have you done something about him again after the letter?
Well, so far he hasn't done any. I think maybe this week we've seen a tattoo on his hand.
It is trending as well.
Maybe we'll do that. We are thinking of contemplating whether we will do something about it. You know, we've done stuff. Funny enough, politicians that we think maybe we pick on them, they will come at us. They don't. I've done Otokuno. How you know I've done him. He came into my DM to tell me, hey, oh, you're a bad guy. I mean, and he took it on a lighter side. And people that I least expect them to actually take offense to certain jokes, they rather write to our bosses and But now it's on the low. They don't write like they used to.
They've understood the concept of that show. Okay, so what is it? I know you have 2 shows, both on radio and on TV. On Plus FM, you have the WMT, which is on Fridays, 6 or 7?
7 to 8.
7 to 8.
And,
then
GH1,
on GH1, Saturdays.
8:30 to 9:30.
8:30. What is the concept of these 2 shows? Then we talk about events.
Okay. So the concept of the show is trending issues that happen within the week. Then we will squeeze humor out of it. So let's say the president did something, a pastor did something or something. Then it's the WMT. What matters today? Meaning what matters
today? That's the meaning of WMT.
What matters?
Not the street meaning of WMT.
Then we will come and talk about it, make fun of it. Then we just. Because you can clearly see that from Monday to Friday, everybody is actually treating it like some serious topic. At least somebody should tone down
the side of it.
Yes. So we would, like for instance, on the GH1 show, maybe a personalities issue comes. I would say Obi is the serious part of the show, and I might probably be the half the serious person. So I'll come on as like the personality more often, maybe Ajagraja or something. Then they will interview me as Ajagraja, and I'll talk like Ajagraja, but make it more funny. Like funnier than maybe you expected it to be.
I see. So these are the shows beyond the stage he has been doing, both on Plus FM 89.9 FM. That's actually my first radio station that I worked with officially. And he is also on GH1 TV as well. Now let's talk about shows.
Plus
89. There is one jingle that anytime I hear it, my heart still beats. Because that was the first time I was going to do the show. And that was my first experience behind the console. I remember Mr. Shark dropped that jingle. Anytime I hear it comes with some funny voices. Anytime I hear that jingle, it takes me back to those days.
The way you handle your console game is good.
Don't go there.
Let's
go to Nigeria. How many times have you performed today so far?
Just once.
Oh, once?
Just once.
I see, and it feels like you've done more.
Yeah. I've been to Nigeria once. Big shout outs to my godfather in Nigeria, Acapella.
Oh, Acapella is your godfather in Nigeria?
Yeah, Acapella took me to Nigeria the first time.
How was the linkage? Was it your approach or his approach? How did you guys link up?
I've had a conversation with a few Nigerian comedians as to how I can actually go to that side and do my thing, but it
was not flowing.
If you don't fit in their concept, they. So I think last 3 years or 4 years, and I saw Acapella's artwork. Then I think I prompted him that I want to be, and said, this show, it's a special. It's just one man show. I've already planned it, so maybe subsequent one I'll think about it. So he has a brother in Ghana. So when I saw the subsequent, like the other ones, I hit him up and I said, bro, what's up? This show, what's up? And I said, yeah. Let me talk to Acapella. So he prompted him and his Acapella said, oh, sorry, I forgot. Let's collect him. So they made arrangements where I'll sleep, Echo Hotel, obviously.
Yeah,
one of the best.
I've slept there before.
And
in Nigeria.
That time, Savannah. Savannah was sponsoring the show I was hosting, then Laugh-Line. So Savannah sponsored. Savannah is one of the few companies in Africa who supports comedy. Okay. So when they heard I was going to Nigeria.
Savannah Cider, right?
Yes. So they sponsored my trip to Nigeria.
Oh, wow. Then so that was a sponsored trip by Savannah.
Yeah, they paid for the flights and everything.
Big up to Savannah.
Then I went there, and I unfortunately the video I brought it to Ghana, and the drive crashed, and
as in your act.
My performance, the drive. I called them, and they said, oh, they don't actually have a copy again because when I took it. Something also happened, technical issue. So I lost it here. So I called, I think, KMJ. That KMJ, I beg, the video you recorded. Oh, no, so me too, I've lost the file.
Oh.
So I don't know. it is what it is. So
so there isn't any foul.
Yeah. So the reason why that show I did in Nigeria didn't really get so much mileage in Ghana with what I did over there was more of a technical issue. But I think God has a better plan for me.
So are there plans for you to go there again? Because now I see more Ghana, Niger comedians collabo both on the comedy skate world.
Well, when I went to Nigeria, one thing I realized is Lagos alone, they have over 1,000 popular comedians.
Wow.
Yes. So when I hear people say Ghanaian musicians are not crossing over, I realize that the musicians or the acts in Nigeria alone, even if a day they say they want to play their music, where will you come in? Because they have over thousands of musicians that they are all squeezing to have time on radio. Yes. The same with Nigerian comedy. So when I wanted to even go to Nigeria, that's what they told me. They said, bro, it's not like we don't want to bring you people there. But some of these young comedians who are equally good will feel like, you've not even helped us. Then you go out there to import more comedians to Ghana, like to Nigeria. Yes, then you're not helping us here. So I realize if they are not calling us, maybe there is a better reason. Unless maybe a corporate entity wants to do like what Obi went there to do. The idea was a comedy festival where comedians from all over the world will come and entertain Nigerians. If the concept is like that, then there is room for you. But if it's exclusively for Nigerians, for Nigerian comedians, to actually get a chance there, it's hard. You might not even get.
Because they have people they have to put on.
They have to put on. When I was backstage, there were people who were not even built on stage, and they were begging. And these are comedians who are popular.
Give them just 5 minutes.
They want to perform. You know, they want to perform. They are begging to perform. Just give me 5 minutes. Just because maybe the whole year the show's happening at Echo Hotel or the big comedy shows. The number of comedians who are popular, if you don't go begging, they might not put you on. Though you are equally good, but some are also like up there, so you have to beg, you know. So that's my little observation. So now me actually going there to asking a comedian to, I understand them. I understand them why they don't bring us over. Okay. But if the concept allows some of us to actually go there,
I'll surely go there.
Okay,
now beyond performing in Nigeria, Lekzy here is one of the comedians who started his own specials. He's done it over time. In fact, since I was on radio then, Plus FM, he started doing it. Some of us were going to these shows, coming back to radio to review them. But there is something I've also observed, that when they are billing artists, as in performers or musicians, let me go that way, when they are building performers to come and perform, they don't actually call female artists. They will call their friends who are male artists. And I'm asking, are you guys not throwing more light on the female artists as well?
Oh, we do. A few have shown their faces. You cannot help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. So the few who want to be helped, they are being held down. We have the likes of Efia Barcelona. We have the likes of Jacinta, and you see, comedy, even though you make enough money, the tag that comes with it, a lot of ladies cannot endure, like Oba Wejini. Sorry, like women, we are making the money, we are feeding family. We don't care. You know, men can do anything dirty to get the money at the end of the day, but women, they can't do it. You know, even if they want to do it, their boyfriends or family feel like you're like, we didn't train you for you to end up as a comedian, and women want to, sometimes they want to be taken serious. So if you are seen as a comedian, mostly when you want to convey your message, people are like, oh, they be out the concept. But maybe deep down, they want to actually. So it's hard for people to actually, ladies, to actually come here. But I've seen a few funny comedians. We have Felicia, a TikTok star.
Yeah.
She was on a show we did last 2 weeks, Strengths of Comedy.
She did it in Kumasi?
No, Accra. Okay. Fantasy Dome. Oh, okay. Great numbers. She did amazing. She was great on stage.
Oh, the TikTok star.
Yeah. She did. She has some.
Ogidi Brown's girlfriend.
Yeah. She has some good sense of humor, you know. So anybody who wants to do it, there is room for you to actually do it. I don't know. Some of them, when they come after a few boom, because we've all been through that process where they'll tell you, get up stage, you know. So when they come and maybe through the learning, they give up.
I see. But how about female musicians? There are a couple of female musicians also doing well. are you guys sharing the platform with them?
If you are doing well, yes, we would put you on. Just that the comedy budget is not like a musical concert budget. You know, we are struggling with even sponsors. So to actually get one of these A-list female musicians to be, it's a whole bureaucracy. Go to manager, because the males. I just call anybody I'm close to, Kenata or somebody, come hold me down. And he will come because he is the boss of his own empire. But most of these female musicians, they have a management team that you need to go through protocol. So it's hard to get them on shows. So
but do you think Ghanaian female musicians have been supported enough? Just as you are saying, I wish you guys have platforms you'll be sharing with them, but you are telling us about the protocols you have to jump before. Now, in the female music industry, are they getting the necessary support?
Mr. Sam, support
as in people who come and say, oh, let's put this in you, let's put this investment in you to bring you up, like Bullet would do for an artist, like maybe Richie would do for Links Entertainment artists.
Mr. Sam, nobody, and I'm putting this on record, nobody would help you unless you start helping yourself. And they make, when issues about male and female come, I don't like that conversation, because when we make it a gender thing, it becomes an issue. Like you hear female musicians say, when we want people to manage us, the guys, they want to take advantage of us and sleep with us. And now my question is, where are all the rich women in Ghana? Why is the music business left for men alone? Why is it left for just men to manage it? Where are
there are some successful women in society.
Successful, yes. Why is it that a woman's capital is supposed to go to Togo and bring cloth to sell? It's supposed to be invested in eateries, the eatery business, the restaurant business, hospitality, pizza. Why can't a female say, okay, I have seen this young musician and I want to invest money in her? And I this conversation, I've had it with a few people, and all they tell me is, that's a lady talking. Now, and I'm like, oh. So
another female saying
yeah. It's a bad or the sika echo show bear more, person bebo ni suje. But bear man on funny sika uncle share or bear mu. Now or your money suje. Then it is not cool. And they'll tell you that, oh, I've seen a few female musicians, the big ones. Why
the industry is not being holding up? Yeah. The industry is biased against
them. Sir Apodier didn't come out to write on Twitter that the industry is not fair to rappers. He didn't say that. What he did was, he called young artists, Amrado, strong man, whatever. He called them, did a chorus, because he knows the power he carries, and the mileage he has when he is to put these boys on. And he did a song and put them on. The question is, if men are taking advantage of female, what happened to the female musicians who are also there? Efia can actually do a chorus and say, Adina, come. Sinaso, come. This guy. I'm putting you all guys on this tune. Why did you see a female feature where they collectively came together and said, we are pushing a female agenda? Do you know people are still waiting for Sarkodie to actually do a song and put female rappers on? The mileage
Sister Fia
and Eno has now.
Frida Rhymes.
Why can't Eno actually do a song and put all the young musicians, female rappers on? Why can't Sister Fia, the mileage you have now, why can't you put the young musicians, the young girls who come into your DM? You can't give them money, but you have influence. You can call Mr. Sam. Mr. Sam, I have this new song. I want you to actually help me promote it. They will do it for you without taking a pen.
Of course, because
why would you do it? Instead of coming on Twitter and telling the world that, oh, the industry is messing us all up and da. In your own small way, the little power or the mileage you have, use it to help people. It's all about complaint. We have legends like Akose Japan. The only time I hear Akose Japan is when he's fighting for Garo. When last did Akose Japan call you, Mr. Sam, that, oh, there is this young musician, girl B, that I have discovered. I want you to help me push this girl. Because I feel there is some potential in there that when we push,
we will go somewhere.
There are so many guys who call you about a young rapper or this. They don't have the money to push the rapper, but they feel like you have a platform to push them. So it is the link, the plug, you're a plug. They call you, oh, Mr. Sam, is there any way you can help this rapper? When last did a female musician call you, maybe when the Shay or this thing, Sister Fia call you and say, I've discovered this young musician. Maybe I don't have the muscle to actually fund her, but can you at least help us with some?
Based on friendship I have with
They don't do it. But the musicians, the young guys, they do it. Shatawale will fly all the way to Kumasi and put all these guys on one song.
Yeah.
Why can't the female musicians do same? Why can't the female musicians?
No, but this is a serious observation.
Yes, why can't?
And as you are saying, I'm also thinking about this. Yeah, like in our space, it has not been like that.
Asabia Cropper.
Like, see, even the young girls.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see Exdo take a song like Pa Bobo's song,
yes,
and do comfort remix.
Great.
Ekosia Japan has I've not seen a sister here say, oh, Ekosia Japan is still active. Let me call Ekosia Japan. Let's do a remix of her song. Meanwhile, like I said, Pa Bobo sang on Exdo. Lekzy Frimpong sang on Bombo 4, and then all these songs were big songs. Then Ekosia Japan song, Oba and all those songs are hit songs too. A little touch with some new taste of sound in it. But
Mr. Sam, I've heard a lot of young musicians, female musicians, rappers in Nigeria say, oh, when Tiwa Savage added her voice to my song, it just blew me. How many young girls can say that? Oh, when I called Sister Fia or I called this, with her voice on my tune, it escalated to the next level. Nothing like that. Don Jazzy would say we can attribute certain arts to Don Jazzy. Oh, Don Jazzy did this, he brought this artist. How many female musicians can you say? Oh, this female musician also helped this musician to come up. We don't have that. You say Asabia Cropper. You say, oh, she was one of the great. But anytime you mention Asabia Cropper, it's Kente and Duku. You can't actually trace any musician, a female musician, to Asabia Cropper. But she has the mileage. If Asabia Cropper is to walk into any TV station, and say, oh, I have this young woman I am grooming, and I want you people to help me.
I want her to be like me.
Just as you call me to talk about Kente and my music in the past, I want you to use the same platform you've been giving me to talk about all these things, to talk about this young musician.
And when they lead that agenda, I know it will work out.
I've seen Akose Japan on a lot of talent shows. Seen young judge, seen young female musicians. Have fantastic talent.
Wow.
Mr. Sam, has she called you? Like, called you, Mr. Sam?
Anytime.
If there's anybody out there, maybe
anytime I've had a conversation with a poison. Let me say it there.
It's Gamro. It is Gamro.
Yeah, we've had more Gamro conversations.
It is Gamro.
Yeah, just that sometimes she's toned down on Gamro.
It is Gamro. Music.
But over the years, it's been Gamro.
Richie is not calling about Gamro. He's doing it. He's putting the boys on. He's putting the girls on. This Bullet. Bullet will not come on radio or TV rant about Gamro. He is putting talents on. There are young guys supposed to be helped. It's not about fighting Gamro. Yes, the Gamro fight day, but let's help the young girls. You know, I think some of them are equally good. If Tiwa Savage and Efia, if I'm not mistaken or I'm not exaggerating, I would say Efia too is equally on the same level as Tiwa Savage, and she can be that young that lady who can actually be the anchor for a lot of young girls in this industry. I mean,
this is a serious observation a comedian has made for the music industry. Over to you, Jolate, like they say. It is up to you. Now, if you're a female artist and you think there is a response to this, feel free, link up and let's have your response. But if there is none, then do what is right. Do as Lekzy is advising us this morning. Now, Lekzy, let's do this. I wanted to advise someone who has money into events. Should he do a musical event or should do a comedy event?
I'll go for a comedy event.
And why? Because I want to make money. I want to make profits. I have money, say 50,000, 100,000, 20,000. Where do you think if I go, my bet is sure of returns?
Great. So, comedy is a growing industry. So, a lot of the great big comedians, you even hear their names. You know, we are not charging anything out of the world. It's something you can manage. Comedy show, all you need is good sound. No, a space where there will be chairs, good sound, and maybe some lights to spice up the stage. Get the comedians on it, and people will pay to come and watch. We are filling arenas, we are filling National Theatre, we are filling Conference Center. Recently, we filled Fantasy Dome. It's unfortunate that the world didn't hear about it. We filled Fantasy Dome, and the woman is really happy about it. Charterhouse will not tell you, but they know what they are doing. 1,000 laughs every year. If it's a bad business venture, they won't do it.
Because some shows like Ghana
Rocks and all that, they are not doing it now, but they are still holding. And people are buying tables. They can comedy shows. It's only in a comedy show you have people comfortably buy table 8,000, 10,000, 5,000, and they'll come and sit and just have a good time. You won't get it at a musical show. I can boldly tell you, there are some musicians in Ghana that they are very popular, but people will not even pay 50 cedis to go and watch them. But we have comedians in Ghana here that we've had people pay 100 cedis. They are not even popular like your A-list musicians. We've had Waris, Phil Snap Cinema.
Yeah.
He sold ticket for 100 cedis, 150 cedis. The whole place was packed. He had to bring in more chairs.
I saw videos.
Mr. Sam, Waris is very popular, but you cannot compare Waris to maybe some of these A-list musicians. Some of them cannot even man up to do a show and charge 50 cedis. But Waris is doing. MJ has filled Snap Cinemas before. I have done Snap Cinemas before. Obi has filled Snap Cinemas twice. He has done National Theatre. Foster has filled National Theatre 3 times. People are paying 150. DKB. The names are there. Many people are willing to pay any amount to come and watch comedians. Check the last 1,000 laughs. How much money people were paying. The least ticket was 250. The least ticket there was 250, if I'm not mistaken. So meaning there is some kind of good investment in there, but nobody is looking at that direction. I've seen even foreign event promoters. They are all looking at music. A comedian is not coming with backup dancers. He's not coming with bandsmen or anybody. It's just the comedian and just give us stage, and get the people in the auditorium. You will come and perform, and you have your money. We also have a fair share.
So whoever is having some good money and wants to do investment,
anytime,
you would advise that a person goes straight to do a comedy event.
Anytime, any day. Anytime, any day. And even if you're a corporate entity out there, just like Key Soap did for concert party.
Yeah.
You can man up and say, okay, fine. Everybody is doing music. I want to focus on comedy. So let's say Sammy Flex Water Comedy Show or Sammy Flex Laughter Fest or something. Every year you have one show in every region. So Sam, I'm telling you, we have people calling us all over Ghana. Just that we don't have people to actually take us there. The fans are not there. But if there is a hotel, if you are in Sunyani, Tamale, and you have a big hotel, a conference room that can sit about 500 people or 300, as far as people will come, reach out to any of the comedians in their DMs. We will be willing to come on board and do a show with you. We are not charging you anything. No. Yeah. We will just show up.
It's something you can manage.
Yes.
I see. And before you wrap up, I also want to commend them for something they've started. I'm sure it is called the Comedy Club, where they put together some young comedians, as much as even the established comedians, on a platform. Every Thursday they meet to try their jokes. They meet to advise themselves. I have visited them once and I had a lot of laugh. This is what is making them grow. And again, if you were having that thought that, oh, they were not even united as we used to say, when you go there, almost everybody is there. The young, the old, the new, the established, and even the fresh one. They are all there doing it. And Charlie, big ups to you guys for that thing you're doing.
Since you brought it up, the Comedy Club is at 2927. If you punch it in your Google map, it will take you there. It's around Tesano, within the Harvest Chapel vicinity. You will find it there. It's a cool place, open space.
I've been there, Charlie.
You enjoy yourself. That place, we call it the first selection jokes. You get to hear the jokes first
in the
raw state before. It comes on all the big platforms, and we charge just a little fee for that. I think it's a 30 cedis, it's a 20. So your budget should be within.
It's like after work experience, and everybody just go sit there with your friends and just be whiling away time.
Everybody
get your club Guinness and chill small.
Yeah. Mr. Sam,
I know, right? Alright, beautiful conversation. Anytime I meet with Lekzy the comic, it's a different vibe. And this is what the industry needs. The kind of conversation the industry should be having. It cuts across everywhere. Where we have to punch, we punch. Where we have to advise, we advise. And it has been one of them. Share with someone who needs to hear this. And if you are also aiming at any comedian because of something he or she said about you, please think about it twice, because it will not help you. Lekzy is on social media. He's on YouTube as well. So just look for him. Lekzy. Lekzy. That is his Lekzy. And you are sure going to find him anywhere. Follow him because he has more content for you. My name is Sammy Flex. Let me say thanks to Digital Rasta, Currency with Flex, and Yala PG. They are the people who created this particular content. Until then, subscribe to this platform and wait for more, because this is the home of showbiz. My name is Sammy Flex. I'm out of here.